Hello, people. So, I don't usually do Dragon Ball Z discussion videos too much, but I feel like this one's kind of needed because we're 24 episodes deep into Dragon Ball Z Super, and obviously we've seen a few things, learned a few things, and I think it's worth discussing. So, generally, the reception from the fans that are actually watching the series is pretty good so far. Uh, Obviously, excluding the animation mishaps earlier in the series. So right now we're almost on the second movie, a Battle of F. Like Goku just went Super Saiyan, got Super Saiyan. Obviously, that being said, we're past the Beerus part in the series, which a lot of people were complaining. We thought it would take a lot longer, but me personally, I'm very pleased at how it's moving along. I think the pacing's going very well for this. But what I will say before I continue with Super though, something that needs to be mentioned. I mean, people that don't watch Super are usually like the first ones to say, "Oh, not enough like not close enough to the original series. It's a waste of time, and those people should just be completely excluded from the occasion. But these people, the people that hate GT, here is some more logic. I'm not the biggest fan of GT, but I still, in my opinion, believe that it was an intentional move by the creator, obviously Kira Toriyama, and I'm gonna tell you why right here. Because Dragon Ball Z, which is unarguably the most canon, like that is the canon, and no one really argues that Dragon Ball Z is canon. That being said, if you look at the end of the series, where Goku's fighting Uba in the tournament, when Kid Trunks and Goten were obviously older, Krillin had a second daughter, and Vegeta's daughter Bra was born. The problem that we have now here is that Super not only is riding over GT, it's riding over the end of Dragon Ball Z, which is a little bit problematic in the whole continuity aspect. I mean, Dragon Ball Z hasn't always been the best for plot holes and stuff, but they've done a decent job keeping it pretty much consistent. Here's the thing though, if that's covered, if you cover something that's unarguably canon, Dragon Ball Z, like the last bit of it, you cut it over to put Super there. What does that tell you? That should be a very clear indication that GT, that people like to call not canon, was a very intentional move by Akira Toriyama. Look, it received bad reception. We get it. It wasn't the greatest. I once again will say I didn't enjoy it like as much as Z or Dragon Ball or anything either. But it must be respected. If the show had good reception, Toriyama would have taken credit for it. But it had bad reception, and because Dragon Ball Z is such a huge thing for people, he couldn't hug that one. He had to put it off on someone else. So accept the fact that GT was intentional and canon, because unarguably, at the end of the canon, Dragon Ball Z, there were a little bit of like leading and like foreshadowing towards GT. For example, Pam, Vegeta's daughter, and Krillin's daughter. That's all I'm saying in that aspect. Back to Super. Um, Another stupid thing that people like to say, Dragon Ball Z Super. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch both the movies, but I'm not gonna be smart enough to realize that Super Saiyan would be stronger than something not Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Some people legitimately believe that Super Saiyan God was stronger until episode 24, where we have it very clearly stated that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is the strongest, which should be obvious. And I quote, "This transformation was achieved through sheer will and is even more powerful than Super Saiyan God." During the Frieza fight, episode 24, put that argument to rest. I just can't believe the stupidity of some people. You know that there are some people that legitimately believe that Super Saiyan 3 is stronger than Super Saiyan 4? And it's because of completely unbiased hatred. If you were to take 3 seconds to really think about that statement, Super Saiyan 3 stronger than Super Saiyan 4, it just doesn't make sense. And this is what a lot of people in the fandom of Dragon Ball Z are like. They just don't make sense. I love Dragon Ball Z, but I found the fandom to be toxic as someone that knows the truth about GT. Like, this is just BS. Some people legitimately think that if Goku Super Saiyan 3 were to fight Goku Super Saiyan 4 in a multiverse, somehow that Super Saiyan 3 would be stronger. Like, during that whole Death Battle fiasco, people wanted Super Saiyan 3 instead of Super Saiyan 4 for Superman. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Either way, I've relatively not been spoiled on what happens after this arc. Obviously, I've seen Battle of F. So after that arc is kind of new material for me. And originally when I started watching Super, I'm just like, oh, this is feeling a little bit more kiddie. Will action really start? But I'm happy to see the action. My one thing though is Goku kind of feels like a different person watching the dub, because I usually watch like the English in Dragon Ball Z, because I feel like it's like one of the most acceptable dubs ever. I usually watch the English, and am I the only one getting like a different feel from Goku? It's like kind of more self-centered, and I'm liking it, man. The only thing that was kind of sad is the lack of like concern for Piccolo, in my opinion, when Goku arrives, and the fact that he he I love it that he's pissed. He did mention to Frieza that he's pissed, and this is not a fun fight for him. He just wants to basically wipe him out. But the lack of concern for Piccolo was what I was kind of getting at before. But it's pretty cool that Goku's just like, yeah, dude, I'm not enjoying this. I'm gonna kick your ass, and you're not gonna bother me again. How many L's does Frieza have to take? That's last thing I'm gonna touch on here. Is kind of like he's taking a lot of L's. He's taken an L in just about every arc, minus the Saiyan arc, like the Vegeta arc. Like he took an L on Namek. He took an L in the Android arc. He's taken L's in GT. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's taken an L in the Blue Saga, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like the fact that he is able to do that in like his normal form just bothers me. I feel like obviously him going golden should be completely superior to any of the other Z fighters minus Goku and Vegeta, but Frieza in his normal form, even if he trained 4 months as a prodigy, even if he had 8 of him, he Shadow Clone Jutsu'd, Sage Mode trained it on Mount whatever frog thing that Naruto trained on. I don't think that he should have been that powerful after that much. Like, I would have almost preferred that it was just the Dragon Balls and he wished himself that strong. That's just my take. It's not like a deal breaker, but it's just something I noticed. Either way, this has been a Dragon Ball Z discussion. If you have any thoughts, anything you want to say, leave a like, leave a comment if you like the video. Subscribe, it would help me out. Either way, that's all for today. I gotta go get some grilled cheese, son. Peace.